episode 3 of the Teacher Spotlight is going to be Mr. Jefferson.
After I graduated college, I had a degree in physics and math education, and just had a little bit of trouble finding a job, and had some friends that were involved in firefighting. They're like, hey, why don't you come check out the volunteer firehouse? And I was like, all right. And just kind of all spiraled from there, and kind of got into it, and then I finally got a teaching job and gave that a go. And in the meantime, I kind of had a taste for wildfires out west, and I taught for a year in public school. And then I said, you know what? I think I want to go out there and do that. So went out there and did that for a few years, and ended up coming back to Pennsylvania and started working in the barn. I thought I'd never teach again, and here I am. Mr. Lang. No. When you go places and you hold the door open for people, and people walk through and they don't say thank you and they don't even look at you, that's got to be what really gets me the most. First I was thinking, Jimmy Fallon, and then I was thinking, Ellen, and some of the different ones, you had suggested. I know it's not a talk show, but maybe you could justify Saturday Night Live. I mean, it's a show, people talk on it, they have a good time. I think that's what I would want to do. It's kind of hard to think of, just because I don't know, I'm kind of an open book, but I guess two things that I came up with is one, I'm really into knots, like tying different knots, and actually making, jewelry and bracelets out of knots. I like doing that. But also, I don't know if too many people know this, but having kids, we like to have little dance parties every night, so we put on some techno music and just go crazy and silly. So it's like in dance-off competitions in the Jefferson household. This is a hard one. I have traveled outside the country a little bit, and I've never been to Europe, but I think it's just so amazing, the history over there. But the concept of kind of flying abroad scares me a little bit. Not just right now, but always has. And I've always just been in love with the state of Montana, just kind of being out in the wilderness and kind of isolated, and so I'd say Montana, even though it's not too worldly. I think that's where I'd be. These questions aren't getting any easier, are they? I think it's hard to say just one. I think I've always tried to kind of away advice and little life lessons from a lot of people throughout my life. Just people that have had big involvements. But I'd say kind of one of the people that I actually look up to most would be my oldest sister. I'm one of three, and I have two older sisters. And my oldest sister, I've just always looked up to her. She's gone through a lot, experienced everything before I have, and worked her way through it. And I just kind of always admired that. And it's kind of always thought to myself, hey, if Shelly can do it and come out of it, I can too. You know what I mean? And not as a competition thing, but just as a motivational thing. And so I'd have to say my oldest sister, probably. Boy, I don't know. That's again hard to say. I think right now at the stage of my life, anything other than Thomas the Tank Engine, I would enjoy. No, I like a whole bunch of movies. I don't know. I like action and all that kind of stuff, but I'd say one that keeps popping in my head is a movie called Secondhand Lions. And it's an older movie, and just kind of, I don't know, it has a really good feel to it, a really good kind of theme to it. You have to watch it. Well, you said favorite, so that's kind of hard. I do like a little bit of everything. It kind of depends on what mood I'm in. Just the other day, my kids and I were cruising through the neighborhood playing some oldies music and having a good time. And if you come into my first period class in the morning, you hear me, playing techno dance music, but I like a little bit of everything. I was playing a little bit of classical in the beginning. I used to be in an orchestra in high school, so I kind of have a little bit of appreciation for that. So I like a little bit of everything. I guess you could say very well-rounded. Fly. I'd much rather fly. I think a Nobel Peace Prize winner. Oh, this is an easy one. I'd so much rather sing everything. I'd so much rather sing. I mean, other people might not enjoy listening to me sing, but yeah, I'd much rather sing everything that I have to say. Do you have any more questions for me?
I don't. That's all for the interview. Thank you. That is all for Mr. Jefferson's interview. Be sure to be watching out for more Teacher Spotlight episodes.